black hole. And we can place this sort of like here. As you see, it sucked everyone into a lovely big quarter. And then what we can do is we can come back into here with our arcane battery, make it active. You'll see it's now glowing orange, which means it's a free spell slot. And we can throw in our meteor shower. And you can actually place the projectiles wherever you want. So we could throw 2 here. If you had space, you could throw 1 here. We could throw 1 behind us there. We can throw 1 down here if we could see the path. Lots of stuff you could do. Let's just throw 1 behind us so I can just show you. We are going to get some friendly fire, so bear that in mind. And there you go. You can see we decimated the battlefield. Absolutely crazy. Like I said, we did get some friendly fire. We are going to have to do some healing, but you get the gist of it. The Cosmic Sorcery subclass mod for Baldur's Gate 3 is a really powerful DPS build for just damage dealing and sorcerers and whatnot, as well as controlling the battlefield. So let's go over it. We're going to go level by level, combat tutorial and all the items. And obviously, level 1 we start with the Sorcerer. Now when it comes to your spells, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can have more utility, because you're going to have Cosmic Ray as a cantrip, or you can go for damage types. I like going damage types. I like taking Bone Chill, Shock and Grasp, Rare Frost, and Firebolt. If you wanted to put in something like Dancing Lights, Light, Mage Hand, feel free to. Now when it comes to your first level spells, there are 2 options you get to pick at the start. I'm going with Shield, as this is a nice reaction to nullify damage, and Magic Missile, as it's a great spell from the start of the game all the way to the end of the game. Obviously, if you want to take Mage Armor, you can do. It's a must-have for all sorcerers. I think for level 1, it's worth just taking Shield, protecting yourself during the reactions. And that leads us to the Cosmic Sorcery. So we have Cosmic Bloodline, but Cosmic Ray as a cantrip. This deals fire and force damage, so bear that in mind. It's awesome. We get Witness Infinity, so force your target to witness the infinite multiverse, possibly breaking their feeble mind. 2d10 psychic damage, and Spatial Rend. More force damage and slashing damage, tear through space, damaging an enemy and teleporting to them. And that comes to your stat array. We're going to have something like this: 8 strength, 14 dex, 16 constitution, 10 intelligence, 10 wisdom, 16 charisma. If you're using the exact item guide I am, you can bump your constitution, if you're respecing at the end of the game, down to 8 or whatever and put it into other stats, as I'm using the Amulet of Greater Health to boost Constitution to 23 to help with the concentration saving throws, so bear that in mind. For your proficiencies, take whatever you feel like. And we move on to level 2, and this gives us our sorcery points, as well as create or destroy water. We get 1 more spell, and at this point, take whatever you didn't take in the first place, so I'm taking Mage Armor. And then you get your 2 meta magics to start off with, and the first one we're going to take is Twin Spell. Means that you can target 2 creatures with a spell that would normally only target 1, which means our Cosmic Ray will now target 2 people. We're also going to take Distant Spell, increases how far we can hit. Sorcerer level 3 gives us Misty Step, great bonus action to have, gets you out of danger, can put you to a high ground, all sorts of great things. We also get 1 spell, and for this one we're going to boost our AC even higher with a lovely mirror image, get those duplicates, and a 9 to our armor class. And then for your meta magic, we're going to get Quicken Spell, so we can cast this, or we can use this ability I should say, to cast a main level action spell as a bonus action. Sorcerer level 4 gives us Gaseous Form, so turn yourself into a cloud of space dust. We get 1 more cantrip, and now I would take either a damage dealing one that you didn't take before, or I'd take a utility one like Light. And we get 1 more spell, and for this one we're going to take one of my favourite spells in the game again, Hold Person. Essentially you hold a creature, and if they are held, any melee hits to them are guaranteed critical hits. You can pair this so nicely with things like smites and sneak attacks, all sorts of fun stuff. And for your first feat, we're going to take our charisma up to 18. Sorcerer level 5 gives us some more abilities. We get increased gravity, so increase the gravitational pull of a 5 meter radius, pulling creatures to the ground and slowing them down. And we get absorb, drain the life force of a target within melee range, healing you equal to damage dealt. 3 to 36 damage it will deal. You could use absorb as your main action, and then you can Misty Step out of danger. Incredible setup. Now we get 1 more spell at this point, and I would take Counter Spell. Sorcerers, wizards, those sort of people are the best to put this on in my opinion. You can put it on bards, you can put it on warlocks, but the limited spell slots, or with warlocks where they upcast everything to the highest level, kind of nullifies a good use of Counter Spell, being able to pick and choose it, in my opinion, is the best. Sorcerer level 6 gives you Bubble. Conjure a bubble that reduces 5 attacks to 1 damage. Amazing to put this on like a boss or something. We also get another spell here, so we're going to take Fireball because it's Fireball. Sorcerer level 7 gives us more sorcery points and Comet. 10 to 60 damage, half fire, half force, much like our Cosmic Ray. Conjure and hurl a miniature comet. We get Solar Flare, so summon a Solar Flare that will scorch and blind your targets for 5 turns. And Polymorph. Now we get one more spell, and at this point I would take Haste, again a nice little utility spell. Throw this on one of your characters that have multiple attacks, like your fighter, and really pump out the damage. Sorcerer level 8 gives us our second feat. We also get Banishment. Now as a spell I would actually come more down here, and I would take something like Knock, just to help you open doors or chests or something like that. And I would take the ability score improvement and bump Charisma up to 20. Level 9 gives us more sorcery points. We also gain Fly, Telekinesis, and Accelerate. Slow your allies' perception of time, allowing them to react and move faster. We get one more spell, and at this point I would personally take Cloud Kill because I love this spell. Craft a large cloud that inflicts 5 to 40 poison damage per turn. You can reposition it every turn, and it heavily obscures everything within it. Sorcerer level 10, more sorcery points, and Cosmic Aura. Emit an aura of cosmic energy, causing all enemies within become vulnerable to force damage, and it's a bonus action for 20 meters. You also gain Warp. Distort space to teleport anywhere you like, whether or not you can see your destination. We get one more cantrip at this point. I would take something like Minor Illusion. And then we get a spell, and because we have Crit Destroy Water, we're going to take Lightning Bolt to tie into that. Now we get one more spell here, and for this one we are going to take Heighten Spell. Target spells that require saving throws have disadvantage on their first saving throw. Sorcerer level 11, Black Hole. Summon a black hole that pull all enemies to its center. This is a bonus action, which is crazy. We gain Globe of Invulnerability, so create a barrier that makes creatures and objects inside it immune to all damage. Omniscient, become omniscient for 10 turns, grant yourself the knowledge of the gods. And Time Stop, freeze all creatures in time within 8 meters. Incredible stuff. You can make this more of a melee build if you wanted to, do like Sword and Shield, be like a melee spellcaster, lots of fun with that, being able to teleport, dealing your damage, using your life siphon, that sort of stuff. Now, for your first spell at level 6, we are going to take Chain Lightning. And then our final level, Sorcerer level 12, Meteor Shower. Conjure and hurl 5 miniature comets, 5 to 300 damage. Is insane. Now, this is another level 6 spell slot, and I will show you how we're going to solve those issues of the limited spells. We also get one more spell at this point, and honestly, you can kind of take anything. You could take False Life, you could take Enhance Ability, take Enlarge/Reduce, you could do Darkness. So many good options, you do kind of have the choice here. I quite like Sleet Storm, just to, create the icy surface, to slow enemies down, that sort of thing. And then for your feat, we're actually going to come all the way in here, and we're going to take Dual Wielder. This will allow us to dual wield 2 staffs, and I'll show you the staffs we're going to use. Okay, when it comes to your gear, there are a few things you can do. Let's start with our Amulet of Greater Health. Now, I would personally do this, have advantage on constitution saving throws, be able to hold your concentration spells, your haste, your hold persons. If you don't want to worry about holding concentration, I would put the Spellcrux Amulet here, get the spare free spell slot throughout those meteors. Now, for a hat, I really like the Hat of Fire Acuity. Whenever you deal fire damage, you gain Arcane Acuity for 2 turns. If we check out what that does, by me pressing the right thing, affected entity has a +1 bonus to its spell attack rolls and spell difficulty for each remaining turn. We're going to take the Cloak of the Weave, +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls, and we can absorb elements once per short rest, taking half damage from that next elemental attack. The Boots of Genial Striding to make sure we're unimpeded by difficult terrain. The Robe of the Weave, so +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. We get Weave Eater, so whenever we succeed a saving throw against a spell, 1 to 6 hit points, and a +2 to our armor class. We're going to pair all this with the Braces of Defense. You get a +2 bonus to armor class as long as you're not wearing armor or holding a shield. I really like the Burnished Ring to get the Paralyzing Ray. Same with the Shifting Corpus Ring, Invisibility and Blur, nice little utility spells you can use if you need to. Now we went over the amulets, so we'll go down to our staffs, and the first one is Marker Share. +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls, but more importantly, Arcane Battery, and that's the same thing with the Staff of Spell Power. Exact same stats, we get +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls, and the next spell you cast doesn't cost a spell slot, which means we now have 2 free level 6 spell slots at our disposal. So that is this build in full. Let's go check it out. Okay, we've left camp, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to cast Mage Armor. Remember, we had an AC of 17. If I press the right button, we now have an AC of 20. Okay, you'll see we're in combat. Unfortunately, because of our dexterity, we are quite low down the turn order, but it is what it is. Okay, so you'll see we're in danger. We are going to start our turn. Let's just run out. Now, we have so many good things we can do, and some of them are bonus actions. So if we would start with a black hole, and we can place this sort of like here. As you see, it sucked everyone into a lovely big quarter. And then what we can do is we can come back into here with our arcane battery, make it active. You'll see it's now glowing orange, which means it's a free spell slot. And we can throw in our meteor shower. And you can actually place the projectiles wherever you want. So we could throw 2 here. If you had space, you could throw 1 here. We could throw 1 behind us there. We can throw 1 down here if we could see the path. Lots of stuff you could do. Let's just throw 1 behind us so I can just show you. We are going to get some friendly fire, so bear that in mind. And there you go. You can see we decimated the battlefield. Absolutely crazy. Like I said, we did get some friendly fire. We are going to have to do some healing, but you get the gist of it. But it's not just those big spells we got. We have got our Cosmic Ray. So for example, we could do this as a... where is it? A Quicken spell. Making it a bonus action. And we are unfortunately ensnared, so it's not going to cause as much damage. But there you go. We did deal something like that. That still frees up our actual main action. So again, we could drop more comets. Just do a normal one at like level 4. Throw this in here. Just like that. You see, we are building up the Arcane Acuity. Again, we are dealing damage to ourselves. We're not playing tactically, I'm just showing you how everything works. But you can deal some huge DPS between having your spellcasting slots, between having your free bonus action spells, your quicken spells, all that sort of stuff. And that doesn't even involve us using things like our Create, Destroy Water and Chain Lightning and all that stuff. Okay, so we've got into danger here. You can see we are low on health thanks to us blowing ourselves up. So what does that mean? Well, it means because we had to dash, I have now used my Quicken spell to make our next action a bonus action, which works perfectly. Why is this important? Because it means we can come in here and do Absorb. So we're gonna, let's do it at level 5. And there you go. You see we did 16 necrotic damage, we healed for 16. And ideally, if this was your main action, you could now Misty Step and come around here, take the high ground, whatever you need to do. And again, there's more things you can do with your spell slots. We can get our Cloud Kill going. We'll do this at level 5 as well. And we're going to place it right up here. And there you go. So now the enemy is stuck in the Cloud Kill, taking 12 poison damage, heavily obscured, and they're probably going to run up here to escape. Because of this, we have our bonus action available. We can Misty Step, level 2, and just come out of danger, say up here. And take the high ground. Now we could just drop fireballs, meteor showers, all sorts onto the enemies below. You see they just took another 9 damage. And again, because we're here, we can replace the Cloud Kill if we want to, or we can start throwing out some more spells. We have our Cosmic Rays, all those sorts of things. We can even Mirror Image. Now what we could also do is, in the start of the combat, Quicken spell, Mirror Image, and there you go, we've boosted our AC now. And now we still have our main action to throw out some more spells. And we could do something like we could do our Create Water, and we could just throw a puddle down here on the enemy. Meaning, on our next round, we could throw out a Lightning Strike because the enemy's wet, huge damage. See 13 more Cloud Kill damage, and the Mirror Images coming in clutch. And like I said, now we can just come in here, get nice and close. We could even do a Shocking Grasp. And miss, apparently. That's always fun. We will try and test that out again. Another little Shocking Grasp. And there you go. And that's just 11 damage with a base cantrip. And you'll see more misses, taking the electrified damage. And then it's really easy, we can just finish off with a lovely Cosmic Ray. And that is the Cosmic Sorcerer, a very high-powered damage-dealing sorcerer spell. You can do it with fire, force, lightning, all sorts. Possibly my favourite subclass in the game. There's a lot of really good ones. Obviously the Umbra's really cool, but as a modded class, this one is up there with the Umbra for me, just the high DPS you can do. This is a total boss slayer, so I really hope you do try it out. If you enjoyed, let me know. Let me know in the comments as well what you change, what items, spells, all that fun stuff. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. I've got more guides for Baldur's Gate, for Dragon Age the Veilguard, for Path of Exile 2. If you have, I really hope you will consider watching more, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.